Clay pots have been a gardener's best friend for centuries, admired for their rustic charm, breathability, and ability to keep soil cool. Yet what if I told you that the very pots you love could actually be harming your plants? Many gardeners are puzzled when their healthy seedlings or houseplants suddenly begin to droop, dry out, or fail to thrive, despite regular care. The hidden culprit often lies in the clay pot itself. While clay pots offer advantages, they also come with serious drawbacks that can stunt plant growth if you don't know how to work around them. Today, I'll reveal why your clay pots may be killing your plants, and the simple trick you can use to solve this problem once and for all. The biggest issue with clay pots is that they are porous. This means the pot itself is constantly absorbing water from the soil, and that moisture evaporates quickly into the air. While this can be helpful in very humid climates or for plants that despise soggy roots, it spells disaster for plants that prefer consistent moisture levels. Imagine watering your plant, thinking the soil is moist enough to last, only to find it bone dry within a day or two because the pot has wicked away the water. Over time, this cycle of drying and re-watering can stress your plants, leaving them dehydrated, nutrient deficient, and much more vulnerable to pests and diseases. Another hidden problem with clay pots is the buildup of salts and minerals. As water seeps through the porous walls of the pot, it carries with it dissolved salts and fertilizers. These substances get deposited on the outside of the pot, creating that familiar white crust you've probably seen before. While it may not look like much, the problem is that those salts can also accumulate inside the soil where your plant's roots live. Too much salt in the root zone can burn delicate roots, interfere with nutrient uptake, and eventually stunt or even kill your plant. Many gardeners mistake these symptoms for underwatering or disease, but the real problem may just be the pot itself. Temperature fluctuations are another factor to consider. Because clay pots are breathable, they don't insulate soil as well as plastic or glazed ceramic containers. On hot days, moisture evaporates at double speed, leaving roots parched. On cold nights, clay pots can chill the soil, stressing tender roots and slowing down growth. Plants grown in clay pots outdoors often experience more stress compared to those in other types of containers, simply because the pots can't maintain a stable root environment. So, what can you do if you love the look of clay pots but don't want to sacrifice the health of your plants? Well, here's the trick. Line your clay pots with a protective barrier. By placing your plants in a plastic nursery pot and then slipping that pot inside the clay container, you really get the best of both worlds. The plant enjoys stable moisture and protection from salt buildup inside the plastic liner, while you still get the beautiful, earthy aesthetic of clay on the outside. This method is especially helpful for houseplants, herbs, and flowering plants that need consistent moisture. You can also remove the inner plastic pot when it's time to water, ensuring any excess drains away before returning it to the clay container. Another option is to seal your clay pots from the inside. Garden centers sell food-safe, breathable sealants designed for terracotta. Applying a thin coat inside your pot creates a barrier that slows down water absorption without completely eliminating the pot's natural breathability. This way, you reduce the rapid drying that stresses your plants, but still benefit from the cooling properties clay is known for. Even something as simple as using a water-retentive soil mix can make a huge difference. Mixing in coco coir, vermiculite, or compost helps the soil hold onto moisture longer, offsetting the wicking effect of the clay pot. Mulching the top of the soil with moss, straw, or bark chips is another great way to reduce evaporation. If you're growing plants in a hot climate, these small adjustments can mean the difference between plants that thrive and plants that wither. Finally, don't forget regular maintenance. If your clay pots already have that white crust of salt buildup, soak them in a vinegar and water solution, then scrub thoroughly before reusing them. This removes excess salts and gives your plant a fresh start. Over time, cleaning your pots this way prevents the invisible accumulation of minerals that can damage root systems. The truth is, clay pots aren't inherently bad, they're simply misunderstood. Without the right precautions, their porosity and mineral buildup can cause stress that gardeners often misdiagnose. But with the trick of using liners, sealing the pot, adjusting your soil, or even just cleaning regularly, you can keep your plants happy and still enjoy the timeless beauty of terracotta in your garden or home. So next time you see your plants struggling in a clay pot, don't assume it's your watering routine or lack of a green thumb. It might just be the pot itself. Use the tricks I've shared today, and you'll transform clay pots from plant killers into the perfect vessels for lush, thriving greenery. And if you found this tip helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join me here at Gentle Herb Living, where we uncover the natural secrets to gardening success, one simple step at a time.